Hey everybody, this is Sharat, and today I'm going to talk about the most frequently asked question I get on Twitter, through my DMs, and whenever I get on a call with makers one on one. They all ask me this question, which is how to soft launch a product on Twitter with no following. I have to admit this. It's not easy. It's not like you launch and you get like a lot of traction, a lot of audience, a lot of customers, a lot of signups and whatnot. But I would say it's not the most difficult part. You have to like it actually works when you launch multiple things. That's what I did. The first project is always like it's tough, but don't launch it for traction. Like launch it to get better at many other things, like how to launch, how to talk to customers, how to gather feedback, and so on and so forth. But today I think I'll explain my story. Like when I launched my first project, I had 200 followers. The project was Tools for Makers, and I had like no clue. This is my first time building something from scratch, and as a non-technical maker with no following, it was like literally shooting, in the blind. But I did launch because not to get more users per se or signups, or gather emails, but I just want to like taste the experience of building something, like taking an idea from 0 to 1 and putting it out in the market. So yeah, when I launched, I had like literally 200 followers, and the thing I did was I actually formed like a group of friends who are early believers in me personally, and they are very active on Twitter, but even they have like less followers. So but the thing you have to do is find these early believers who believe in you personally as a maker, as a founder, or who believe in the idea. They don't know you, you don't know them, but they actually resonate with the idea you're building. Fortunately, when I kind of initially said I have an idea, it's about gathering the curation of tools for makers, since I'm a maker and whatnot. There is a lot of people like me who resonated with the idea, and they supported like even before I soft launched on Twitter. So the thing is, you have to like find these friends who genuinely support you, seek their social capital, and start like interacting with them on a daily basis before you launch on Twitter. The other popular thing, which a lot of people know, which actually worked for me, is basically cold outreach, which is you basically DM a bunch of influencers who you look up to, or who are very prolific on Twitter, who can resonate with the idea you're building, with the market you're building, and whatnot. They might not necessarily like they have massive following, but they have to like kind of very active on Twitter. So definitely talk to them in cold outreach, like cold DM them, and provide value, and literally say, hey, I'm new to this, blah blah blah. I have like less following, but I would love to gather some feedback from you. Don't generally place your ask. It's more about, again, the signal you have to show here is to basically say, hey, I'm actually new to this game and I want to become better at the game. 99%, trust me, 99% of people reply back and they support. That's exactly what happened to me. A lot of people supported me. A lot of prolific people on Twitter, they literally came forward and say, hey, check this new maker, he's launching a new thing and whatnot. uh, Usually that's social proof for you. If a big name is actually kind of endorsing you, that's kind of like you have to bank on that. That brings a lot of more people in for your product to try it out or test it out. I think this is like the underrated thing, which a lot of folks know but they don't follow, which is build in public. That's like the best way to promote your product on the internet, and you have to start building in public before you start even building the product. So start like talking about the idea. That's what I did. Like I talked about the idea first, introduced this is what I'm doing, share some few screenshots, or prototypes and whatnot, like the designs I'm working on, and logo or things like that nature, or I had a new name, I bought a domain. Basically you show the progress day to day, and people recognize that, and it may seem like they don't see it, but they actually see it. They actually like follow your journey. And once you provide these updates, progress, and as long as you're providing value for them in terms of like, hey, I found this new way to buy buy a website domain, check this new tool, that's like value for certain folks, right? And I found like a new way to I don't know, like uh, find a new way to like do a Twitter OAuth, for example, right? That's value for them. So once you start building that value for them, they usually support you because they want you to win because you actually like gave a lot of value for them, right? So that's what I would do, like build in public aggressively, share your highs, lows. And I think I want to end this video with one philosophical thought, which is like, don't do this for results. Like, you have to have an intention that of becoming like better at the skill in the craft. And once you start building and following these frameworks, methods, you will identify your own ways to basically promote the product yourself without having an audience, and they will come. That's the whole point. Like I said, my journey started with 200 followers. Now I have 20 plus K followers because I started like building in public. I followed like, the things I said. I still have few early believers who actually root for me, and vice versa. When they don something, I actually root for them, so on and so forth. So internet is kind of a pass to some game. So rely on that, and yeah, have fun like building stuff, becoming better at your scale. You learn a lot of stuff as you launch these things, and don't bother about nobody's looking at it and whatnot. A lot of projects are throwaway projects, so keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, it compounds over time, and the goal is to like become prolific more than anything else. So that's it. Keep building, have fun, and keep going.